What is going on YouTube? If you're new here, my name's Evan and I'm an online reseller. That means I go to places like garage sales and thrift stores looking for items that I can buy for cheap and sell online for a profit. And on Tuesdays I show you some of the items that I sold so that you can kind of be on the lookout for them and do the same. Take a look.
You guys may remember in my last video, I picked up two of these vintage Dale Earnhardt hats from a garage sale, and they were new with tags. Paid $5 a piece for them, listed them, and one of you guys, Eric, I appreciate it, sent an offer for $55. Decided to take it. I appreciate the support, and definitely a cool hat, and I'll be listing the other one soon. So this one just goes to show you that there's money out there. You just gotta look for it, do a little research. Picked up this baby scale, and yes, literally it is a baby scale, one that you would put a baby on to weigh it. Picked it up from a charity sale for $5. Took a couple months to sell, but it sold for $85. Definitely my first time selling a baby scale. So I kind of bought this thing on a hunch, and it's definitely a BOLO, the Pool Blaster IVAC 50, and also the IVAC 100, 150, 200 different models. There's several on eBay of those models, but none of the 50. I couldn't find any sold or listed on eBay, but I figured for $4 at Goodwill I'd take a chance. Brought it home, listed it, and actually sold in a couple of days for $56.50. The 100, 150, and 200 sells for even more, so be on the lookout for these Pool Blaster things. It's basically a battery powered, like a jacuzzi or pool cleaner. So I sold a life jacket, or as they call it, an automatic inflatable PFD. It's actually designed so that when you fall in the water, it detects that and then self-inflates with a CO2 cartridge. When I got it, I actually thought that maybe it was broken because it says service here if red, but come to find out the CO2 cartridge is actually over here in a separate pocket. So when you move that over here and install it, everything should be good to go, and it's definitely brand new in the package. So I paid $6 for it, and it sold for $119, and it only took about 2 weeks. These older Bose units with the older iPod docks don't sell as fast as they used to, but they still sell. And when you find them for $1 at a garage sale, I think they're worth picking up. Like I said, picked this one up from a garage sale, paid $1 for it. It was in decent condition, tested it, working. Has a remote. I would have at least sold the remote separately and paid $1 for everything, but it sold for 48 bucks. So this little tiny thing is called a cartridge. It actually mounts on the arm of a record player or turntable and holds the needle, called the stylus. Stylus is also here. And the cool thing is I actually didn't pay anything for this. Found it in the bottom of a box. I bought a record player from a church sale. Had styrofoam peanuts and stuff in the bottom of the box after I took the record player out. Decided to look through it before I threw it away, and I'm glad I did. I actually had two of these, and this is the first one that sold, and it sold for $75. So that's pretty good for a found item. So this contraption is actually a universal remote control. It's a really big one, actually. It's a Logitech Harmony model 1100. I think I've told you guys before, these Logitech Harmony remotes can go for some really good money. Paid up for this one at a thrift store. They do have a return policy, so I felt pretty comfortable paying $25 for it. Brought it home, tested it, it worked. Listed it for $119, and it sold for full price in like 2 days. I feel like every week recently I've been giving my wife a shout out for something awesome that she found at a garage sale, and this week is no different. I'm starting to kind of wonder if maybe she's a better picker than I am. But she found this Mr. Christmas Musical Bell Symphonium. It's basically like a music box, but you put in these different discs so it plays different Christmas songs. And if you don't know, Mr. Christmas is definitely a brand that you should look out for. It stuff can go for some really good money. But she paid up for this one a little bit, paid $20 for it, but it sold for $129 in like 3 days in the middle of June. So definitely an awesome find. So this is a pretty unique item. This is called a cow clock. As you can tell, it is a clock with a very unique design. Paid $30 for it from Facebook Marketplace. It doesn't work. It makes noises, but it doesn't really move. And I just bought it because I thought it was cool. Put it on the shelf behind me in my office. Listed it for $100 higher than the most recent sold comp. So I knew I really wouldn't get any offers, but I finally did. Got an offer for $170. Decided to take it. Decided time to switch out some decor and get rid of this clock. So this is a pretty cool sale. It's actually a racing scanner. It's RE1000 racing scanner. It's actually got 2 headsets, and you would actually use this to go to a NASCAR race. You can listen in to the drivers as they talk to the crew chiefs. You can listen to the radio broadcast. A lot of different things you can tune into. I was at the Salvation Army. This was sitting in the case, and I asked the lady to look at it because I couldn't see the price. Brought it out, and you can see it says $59.99. She must have seen my reaction when I saw that, because she asked me how long it had been in there. Told her April 25th. She said you can have it for 75% off. Well, that works for me. Only paid $15 for it, listed it, and it sold for $215 in about 3 days. Be on the lookout for these racing scanners. There were none listed, and like 7 or 8 had sold, so definitely be on the lookout for them. So I kind of swore off buying pots and pans unless I can find some really good ones, because they seem to move really slow for me. And then I actually found a box of All-Clad. If you don't know, All-Clad's a good pot and pan brand to be on the lookout for. Found a box of them at a garage sale. Lady only wanted $20. It had like 2 frying pans and 3 other pans in it. So maybe $4 or $5 a piece. Cool thing is, I just listed these yesterday and they sold already for $42 each. They're little 10-inch frying pans. The even cooler thing is they're going to the same buyer, so I can combine shipping. Here is some more All-Clad going out. It's a 4-quart saucepan with a lid. It actually sold in less than 24 hours as well for $49. More All-Clad going out. This stuff is selling super quick. I think I've got 1 piece left after this. Got $5 into it, and it sold for $45. It's even got a sticker residue here on the side that I couldn't get off. Put that on the listing, and it still sold in a couple of days. So this is a Blaze and the Micro Machines High Flying Morpher Blaze, like a playset. It's brand new, never been opened. The box has definitely got some wear to it, but I found this at Goodwill. Paid $4 for it, and it sold for $45. Buyer's actually in Australia, so they're all in like 89 bucks. I picked up a bunch of these made in the USA vintage Camel cigarettes tank tops from a garage sale. Got like 10 or 15 of them, paid $1 a piece, and I've just kind of been selling them along and along. This one just sold for $24.50, and I think I've got 1 left, so it's been a pretty profitable buy. Chicago Bears Brandon Marshall Nike on-field jersey. Paid $5 for it from a garage sale. Brought it home, and it does actually have some damage on one of the numbers, but it still sold for 25 bucks. So this is a good brand to be on the lookout for. This is a Callaway FTIZ driver. Paid $3 for it from a garage sale. It was in a bundle of stuff that I got, and it sold for 55. Could have waited and got a little bit more for it, but kind of just glad to be moving stuff out. G.I. Joe Vintage Battle Wagon. This thing's from 1991. It's got this electronic cannon. I don't have any of the missiles, haven't tested it, and it's not in great condition. Missing a couple parts and pieces. I've got maybe $1 or 2 into it, and it sold for $44.50. So I got a bag of screwdrivers going out, or actually nut drivers, and it's 8 of them in the bag. They're all made by Klein Tools, which is a good brand to be on the lookout for. I've got $2 into them, and they sold for $42.50 on eBay. So pretty good flip. Be on the lookout for Klein Tools. I think I told you guys last week about this Ping G series stuff. This is a G15 3-wood. Stuff always sells really quick. Probably could have got a little bit more for this one, but it's in pretty rough shape, so I let it go. Paid $3 for it, and it sold for $55 on eBay. So Technics or Techniques is a good brand to be on the lookout for when it comes to like home audio. That stuff sells for some really good money, especially the really old stuff. This one is from the 90s. It was actually part of a component system that I bought from a thrift store. Paid $15 for it. Brought it home, tested all the components. The tape player didn't work, but I still got the receiver, the equalizer, and the tuner. And I just sold the equalizer for $54.50. So this is a leftover from when everyone was stuck at home doing indoor things and puzzles were selling on eBay like crazy. Fortunately, this one never sold, so I've had it for quite some time. It's Texas Rails, the history of the West artistry of Gary Crouch. Not real sure. Had it listed for like 30 bucks. Somebody finally sent me an offer for 20 and I took it just to see it go. Another wifey find, she picked up this DOONEY and BOURKE pocketbook from a yard sale. I think she was actually going to use it. She paid $5 for it, decided not to use it, gave it to me to sell, and it sold for 30 bucks. So minor league baseball and college baseball team hats and gear seems to sell really well for me. I paid $1 for this hat and I had no idea who this logo was, so I Google lensed it. Come to find out it's UNC Asheville. Paid $1 for this hat and it sold for $26.50. Harley shirt going out. You guys know I can't resist them when I find them at a thrift store. This is one of the ones I picked up when I was in West Virginia doing some thrifting. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go check it out. I'll put a thingy up here. But paid $2.70 something for this shirt and it sold for $21. Like I said, I can't resist Harley stuff.